David Robert Joseph Beckham is an English former professional footballer, the current president and co-owner of Inter Miami CF and co-owner of Salford City. Known for his range of passing, crossing ability, and bending free kicks as a right winger, Beckham has been hailed as one of the greatest and most recognizable midfielders of his generation, as well as one of the best set-piece specialists of all time. He is the first English player to win league titles in 4 countries: England, Spain, the United States and France. Beckham's professional club career began with Manchester United, where he made his first team debut in 1992 at age 17. With United, he won the Premier League title 6 times, the FA Cup twice, and the UEFA Champions League in 1999. He then played 4 seasons with Real Madrid, winning the La Liga championship in his final season with the club. In July 2007, Beckham signed a 5-year contract with Major League Soccer club LA Galaxy. While a Galaxy player, he spent 2 loan spells in Italy with AC Milan in 2009 and 2010. He was the first British footballer to play 100 UEFA Champions League games. He retired in May 2013 after a 20-year career, during which he won 19 major trophies. In international football, Beckham made his England debut on September 1, 1996 at the age of 21. He was captain for 6 years, earning 58 caps during his tenure. He made 115 career appearances in total, appearing at 3 FIFA World Cup tournaments, in 1998, 2002 and 2006, and 2 UEFA European Championship tournaments, in 2000 and 2004. He held the England appearance record for an outfield player until 2016. A global ambassador of football, Beckham is considered to be a British cultural icon. He was runner-up in the Ballon d'Or in 1999, twice runner-up for FIFA World Player of the Year, and in 2004 was named by Pelé in the FIFA 100 list of the world's greatest living players. He was inducted into the English Football Hall of Fame in 2008 and the Premier League Hall of Fame in 2021. Beckham has consistently ranked among the highest earners in football, and in 2013 was listed as the highest paid player in the world, having earned over $50 million in the previous 12 months. He has been married to Victoria Beckham since 1999 and they have 4 children. He has been a UNICEF UK ambassador since 2005, and in 2015 he launched 7, the David Beckham UNICEF Fund. In 2014, MLS announced that Beckham and a group of investors would own Inter Miami CF, which began play in 2020. Early life. Beckham was born at Whipps Cross University Hospital in Leytonstone, London, England. He is the son of Sandra Georgina, a hairdresser, and David Edward Allen Ted Beckham, a kitchen fitter. The couple married in 1969 in the London borough of Hackney. He was given the middle name Robert in honor of Bobby Charlton, his father's favourite footballer. He has an older sister, Lynn Georgina, and a younger sister, Joanne Louise. He attended Chingford County High School in Ridgeway Park, Chingford. In a 2007 interview, Beckham said that, at school whenever the teachers asked, "What do you want to do when you're older?" I'd say, "I want to be a footballer." And they'd say, "No, what do you really want to do, for a job?" But that was the only thing I ever wanted to do. Beckham's maternal grandfather was Jewish, and Beckham has referred to himself as half Jewish and wrote in his autobiography, "I've probably had more contact with Judaism than with any other religion." In his book Both Feet on the Ground, Beckham stated that growing up he attended church every week with his parents, because that was the only way he could play football for their team. His parents were fanatical Manchester United supporters who frequently travelled 200 miles to Old Trafford from London to attend the team's home matches. David inherited his parents' love of Manchester United, and his main sporting passion was football. He attended one of Bobby Charlton's soccer schools in Manchester and won the chance to take part in a training session with Barcelona, as part of a talent competition. He played for a local youth team called Ridgeway Rovers, which was coached by his father, Stuart Underwood, and Steve Kirby. Beckham was a Manchester United mascot for a match against West Ham United in 1986. Young Beckham had trials with his local club Leyton Orient, Norwich City, and attended Tottenham Hotspur's School of Excellence, though never represented the club in a match. During a 2-year period in which Beckham played for Brimsdown Rovers youth team, he was named Under-15 Player of the Year in 1990. He also attended Bradenton Preparatory Academy, but signed schoolboy forms at Manchester United on his 14th birthday, and subsequently signed a youth training scheme contract on July 8, 1991. Beckham was a late developer and not selected to represent the England schoolboys team primarily on account of his small size. Club career: Manchester United. 1991–1994, youth and early career. 1994–1995, loan to Preston North End. 1995–1996, return to United and first championship. 1996–1998, first choice and inheriting number 7 shirt. 1998–1999, treble. 1999–2000, another championship. 2000–2001, troubled relationship with Ferguson. 2001–2002, contract extension. 2002–2003, boot incident and United exit. Real Madrid. 2003–2004, becoming AI Galacticos/I. None. 2004–2005, managerial changes. 2005–2006, another unsuccessful season. 2006–2007, Real Madrid exit. LA Galaxy. 2007, first season in MLS. 2008. 2009, loan to AC Milan. 2009, return to Galaxy. 2010, return to Milan. 2010, second return to Galaxy. 2011, MLS Cup champion. 2012, second successive cup victory. Paris Saint-Germain. On January 31, 2013, ahead of the transfer deadline, it was announced that Beckham would be undergoing a medical with Paris Saint-Germain ahead of a potential move to the Ligue 1 side. Beckham signed a 5-month deal with the club later that afternoon and confirmed that his entire salary during his time in Paris would be donated to a local children's charity. His PSG debut came on February 24, 2013, when he came off the bench in the 76th minute in a Ligue 1 home match against Marseille. This made him the 400th player in the history of the club. On May 12, 2013, Beckham won a 4th different top-flight winners' medal after PSG beat Lyon 1-0 to claim the Ligue 1 title. On May 16, 2013, Beckham announced that he would retire from professional football at the end of that year's French football season. Following his decision to retire at the end of the 2012-13 season, Beckham was given specially designed boots in the colors of the Union Jack to wear in his final game. These boots had the names of his wife and children stitched onto them. On May 18, 2013, Beckham was made captain in his final home game against Brest. In this game, Beckham assisted a goal by Matuidi from a corner. Beckham was subbed off after 80 minutes, receiving hugs from his fellow players and manager, as well as a standing ovation from fans. PSG went on to win the game 3-1. International career. Beckham made his first appearance for the England national team on September 1, 1996, in a World Cup qualifying match against Moldova. In June 1997, he participated in the Tournoi de France, the friendly international football tournament held in France as a warm-up to the 1998 FIFA World Cup. 1998 FIFA World Cup. Beckham had played in all of England's qualifying matches for the 1998 World Cup and was part of the England squad at the World Cup finals in France, but the team's manager Glenn Hoddle publicly accused him of not concentrating on the tournament, and he did not start in either of England's first two games. He was picked for the third game against Colombia and scored with a bending 30-yard free kick in a 2-0 victory, which was his first goal for England. In the second round of that competition, he received a red card in England's match against Argentina. Beckham, after having been fouled by Diego Simeone, kicked Simeone while lying on the floor, striking him on the calf muscle. Sports Illustrated was critical of the Argentinian's theatrics in that incident, stating that Simeone first delivered a heavy-handed challenge on Beckham and then fell like a ton of bricks when Beckham retaliated. Simeone later admitted to trying to get Beckham sent off by overreacting to the kick and then, along with other members of his team, urging the referee to send Beckham off. The match finished in a draw and England were eliminated in a penalty shootout. Many supporters and journalists blamed him for England's elimination and he became the target of criticism and abuse, including the hanging of an effigy outside a London pub, and the Daily Mirror printing a dartboard with a picture of him centered on the bullseye. Beckham also received death threats after the World Cup. Euro 2000 and England captaincy. The abuse that Beckham was receiving from English supporters peaked during England's 3-2 defeat by Portugal in Euro 2000, a match where Beckham set up 2 goals, when a group of England supporters taunted him throughout the match. Beckham responded by raising his middle finger and, while the gesture attracted some criticism, many of the newspapers that had previously encouraged his vilification asked their readers to stop abusing him. On November 15, 2000, following Kevin Keegan's resignation as England manager in October, Beckham was promoted to team captain by the caretaker manager Peter Taylor, and then kept the role under new manager Sven-Göran Eriksson. Beckham played a major role in helping England qualify for the 2002 FIFA World Cup, starring in an impressive 5-1 victory over Germany in Munich. The final step in Beckham's conversion from villain to national hero happened in England's final qualifying game against Greece on October 6, 2001. England needed to win or draw the match to qualify outright for the World Cup, but were losing 2-1 with little time remaining. When Teddy Sheringham was fouled 8 yards outside the Greek penalty area, England were awarded a free kick and Beckham ensured England's qualification with a curling strike of the kind that had become his trademark. Beckham was voted the BBC Sports Personality of the Year for 2001, and finished runner-up to Luís Figo of Portugal, for the FIFA World Player of the Year award. 2002 FIFA World Cup and Euro 2004. Beckham was partially fit by the time of the 2002 World Cup held in Japan and South Korea, and played in the first match against Sweden. After the events of 4 years earlier, Beckham achieved a degree of revenge over Argentina by scoring the winning goal with a penalty, causing Argentina to fail to qualify for the knockout stage. England defeated Denmark in the second round with Beckham providing an assist in a 3-0 win. England were knocked out in the quarter-finals by eventual winners Brazil after Ronaldinho scored the winner. The following month, at the opening ceremony of the 2002 Commonwealth Games in Manchester, Beckham escorted Kirsty Howard as she presented the Jubilee baton to the Queen. Beckham played in all of England's matches at Euro 2004. He had a penalty saved in England's 2-1 defeat to France and missed another in a penalty shootout in the quarter-final match against Portugal. England lost the shootout, thus going out of the competition. Beckham became a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador in January 2005 and was involved in promoting London's successful bid for the 2012 Olympic Games. In October 2005, Beckham's sending off against Austria made him the first England captain to be sent off and the first player to be sent off twice while playing for England. He captained England for the 50th time in a friendly international against Argentina the following month. 2006 FIFA World Cup. In England's opening game at the 2006 World Cup, against Paraguay on June 10, 2006, Beckham's free kick led to an own goal by Carlos Gamarra as England won 1-0. In England's next match, played against Trinidad and Tobago on June 15, 2006, Beckham's cross in the 83rd minute led to a Peter Crouch goal, which put England into the lead 1-0. Beckham gave another assist to Steven Gerrard. In the end they won 2-0. He was named man of the match by tournament sponsor Budweiser. During England's second-round match against Ecuador, Beckham scored from a free kick in the 59th minute, becoming the first English player to score in 3 separate World Cups, and giving England a 1-0 victory and a place in the quarter-finals. He was sick before the game and vomited several times as a result of dehydration and illness that he got after having scored the winning goal for England. In the quarter-final against Portugal, Beckham was substituted following an injury shortly after half-time and the England team went on to lose the match on penalties, the score having been 0-0 after extra time. After his substitution, Beckham was visibly shaken and emotional for not being able to play, being in tears at one point. A day after England were knocked out of the World Cup, an emotional Beckham made a statement in a news conference that he had stepped down as England captain, stating, "It has been an honor and privilege to captain my country, but, having been captain for 58 of my 95 games, I feel the time is right to pass on the armband as we enter a new era under Steve McClaren." He was succeeded by Chelsea captain John Terry. Having stepped down as captain after the World Cup, Beckham was dropped completely from the England national team selected by new coach Steve McClaren on August 11, 2006. McClaren said that he was looking to go in a different direction with the team, and that Beckham wasn't included within that. McClaren said Beckham could be recalled in future. Sean Wright-Phillips, Kieran Richardson, and the World Cup alternative to Beckham, Aaron Lennon, were all included, although McClaren eventually opted to employ Steven Gerrard in that role. Post-2006 World Cup. On May 26, 2007, McClaren announced that Beckham would be recalled to the England squad for the first time since stepping down as their captain. Beckham started against Brazil in England's first match at the new Wembley Stadium and put in a positive performance. In the second half, he set up England's goal converted by captain John Terry. It looked as though England would claim victory over Brazil, but newcomer Diego equalised in the dying seconds. In England's next match, a Euro 2008 qualifier against Estonia, Beckham sent 2 trademark assists for Michael Owen and Peter Crouch, helping England to prevail 3-0. Beckham had assisted in 3 of England's 4 total goals in those 2 games, and he stated his desire to continue to play for England after his move to Major League Soccer. On August 22, 2007, Beckham played in a friendly for England against Germany, becoming the first to play for England while with a non-European club team. On November 21, 2007, Beckham earned his 99th cap against Croatia, setting up a goal for Peter Crouch to tie the game at 2-2. Following the 2-3 loss, England failed to qualify for the Euro 2008 finals. Despite this, Beckham said that he has no plans to retire from international football and wanted to continue playing for the national team. After being passed over by New England coach and Beckham's former manager at Real Madrid, Fabio Capello, for a friendly against Switzerland which would have given him his 100th cap, Beckham admitted that he was not in shape at the time, as he had not played a competitive match in 3 months. 100 England caps, final appearance. On March 20, 2008, Beckham was recalled to the England squad by Capello for the friendly against France in Paris on March 26. Beckham became only the fifth Englishman to win 100 caps. Capello had hinted on March 25, 2008 that Beckham had a long-term future in his side ahead of crucial qualifiers for the 2010 World Cup. On May 11, 2008, Capello included an informed Beckham in his 31-man England squad to face the United States at Wembley Stadium on May 28 before the away fixture with Trinidad and Tobago on June 1. Beckham, who wore a pair of golden boots to mark the occasion, was honoured before the match by receiving an honorary gold cap representing his 100th cap from Bobby Charlton, and was given a standing ovation from the crowd. He played well and assisted John Terry on the match-winning goal. When substituted at halftime for David Bentley, the pro-Beckham crowd booed the decision. In a surprise move, Capello handed Beckham the captaincy for England's friendly against Trinidad and Tobago on June 1, 2008. The match was the first time since the 2006 World Cup that Beckham had skippered England and marked a dramatic turnaround for Beckham. In 2 years, he had gone from being dropped completely from the England squad to being reinstated as England captain. During the 2010 World Cup qualifier against Belarus, in which England won 3-1 in Minsk, Beckham came off the bench in the 87th minute to earn his 107th cap, making him England's third most capped player in history, overtaking Bobby Charlton in the process. On February 11, 2009, Beckham drew level with Bobby Moore's record of 108 caps for an English outfield player, coming on as a substitute for Stuart Downing in a friendly match against Spain. On March 28, 2009, Beckham surpassed Moore to hold the record outright when he came on as a substitute in a friendly against Slovakia, providing the assist for a goal from Wayne Rooney in the process. In all, Beckham had made 16 appearances out of a possible 20 for England under Capello until his ruptured Achilles tendon of March 2010 ruled him out of selection for the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. His last game for England before injury had been on October 14, 2009 as a substitute in England's last World Cup qualifying game, which ended England 3-0 Belarus. After a poor performance from England at the World Cup, Capello remained as manager but was under pressure to revamp the England squad for the imminent UEFA Euro 2012 qualification campaign. He unveiled a new team at the next England match, a home-friendly game against Hungary on August 11, 2010, with Beckham still unavailable for selection but aiming for a return to playing in MLS by the following month. In the post-match interview, Capello said of the prospect of the now 35-year-old Beckham playing any future competitive matches for England, that I need to change it. David is a fantastic player, but I think we need new players for the future, referring to the new players that play in Beckham's right midfield position, including Theo Walcott and Adam Johnson, adding this is the future of the team under Fabio Capello or another manager. He said that Beckham may be selected for one last friendly game, stating, "If he is fit, I hope we will play one more game here at Wembley so the fans can say goodbye." In response to the comments, Beckham's agent released a statement reiterating Beckham's position that he had no desire to retire from international football, and would always make himself available for selection for England if fit and if needed. He remained 10 caps short of the record number of 125 caps by goalkeeper Peter Shilton, for a player of any position. Beckham was named in the provisional squad to represent the Great Britain Olympic football team at the 2012 Olympics. He was not included in the final selection by manager Stuart Pearce, while Andy Hunt, the head of the British Olympic Association, contacted Beckham's representatives for him to be related to Team GB more broadly. Player profile. Style of play. Throughout his career, Beckham was considered one of the best and most recognizable players of his generation, as well as one of the greatest free kick exponents of all time. Predominantly right-footed, his range of passing, vision, crossing ability, and bending free kicks enabled him to create chances for teammates or score goals, attributes that saw him excel as a right winger despite his lack of significant pace. Unlike his Manchester United teammate Ryan Giggs on the opposite wing, Beckham preferred to beat players through his movement and passing, rather than going at opponents directly with the ball. He formed a strong partnership on the right side of the pitch with fullback Gary Neville during his time with the club, due to their understanding, as well as Neville's ability to get forward with his overlapping runs, get on the end of Beckham's passes, and deliver crosses into the box whenever the latter was heavily marked. Although Beckham primarily played on the right flank, he was also used as a central midfielder throughout his career, and on rare instances as a deep-lying playmaker, in particular in his later career, in order to compensate for his physical decline with his advancing age. Beckham felt that his best role was on the right, although he personally preferred playing in the center. In addition to his passing, crossing, and prowess from set pieces, Beckham also stood out for his stamina and defensive work rate on the pitch, having played both as an attacking midfielder and as a box-to-box midfielder in his youth. He was also occasionally deployed as a wing-back. Moreover, he was also an accurate striker of the ball from distance, as well as being a competent penalty taker. He also drew praise in the media for his ball control and ability to create space for himself on the pitch, as well as his anticipation, composure, determination, athleticism, dedication, and intelligence as a footballer. Approach to training and praise from managers. Beckham was a product of Sir Alex Ferguson's hard-working approach at Manchester United. Ferguson said that Beckham practiced with a discipline to achieve an accuracy that other players wouldn't care about. Beckham reportedly spent hours practicing his free kicks after training sessions had ended. Beckham maintained his training routine at Real Madrid, and even when his relationship with management was strained in early 2007, Real Madrid president Ramon Calderon and manager Fabio Capello praised Beckham for maintaining his professionalism and commitment to the club. Real Madrid teammate Roberto Carlos regarded Beckham to be the best free kick exponent he had ever seen. Two of the best free kick exponents of their generation, Roberto Carlos commented on the dilemma the team faced when they won a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. I would stand on one side and Beckham on the other, but I wanted to see Beckham take the free kick because it's beautiful how he hits the ball. During Beckham's time with Milan, his manager Carlo Ancelotti praised the Englishman for his intelligence and work rate, in particular the improvements he demonstrated to the technical and tactical aspects of his game, which allowed him to compensate for his loss of pace. His former England manager Steve McClaren stated, "I've been very fortunate to work with some great players and he was one of them. He was a great player, he made the very most of his talents, and that was through sheer hard work, professionalism, always doing extra on the training field. He inspired his teammates through his performances, he was a winner. He was a leader, people followed him." Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger stated, "What remains in your memory is his genuine commitment and dedication, his natural humility which he always had, that will stay forever." In May 2013, asked about how he wanted to be remembered in his retirement, Beckham said, "I just want people to see me as a hard-working footballer, someone that's passionate about the game, someone that every time I stepped on the pitch I've given everything that I have, because that's how I feel. That's how I look back on it and hope people will see me." Discipline. Earlier in his career, Beckham's discipline during matches was brought into question on occasion in the media, due to his temper, as well as his tendency to commit rash challenges and pick up unnecessary bookings. Beckham was the first England player ever to collect 2 red cards, and the first England captain to be sent off. Beckham's most notorious red card was during the 1998 World Cup after Argentina's Diego Simeone had fouled him. Beckham, lying face down on the pitch, kicked out at the Argentine midfielder, who fell dramatically. Along with Wayne Rooney, He holds the record for the most red cards for England at international level. His second red card for England came on October 8, 2005, in a 2006 World Cup qualifier against Austria in Manchester. His only red card with Manchester United came on January 6, 2000, in the 2000 FIFA Club World Championship against Necaxa. During his time at Real Madrid, he amassed 41 yellow cards and 4 red cards in La Liga. He also received a red card in a Copa del Rey match against Valencia on January 21, 2004, in Madrid. His only red card with LA Galaxy came on August 15, 2009, in a 2-0 home defeat to Seattle Sounders in the MLS. He received 1 red card while at Paris Saint-Germain, picked up in injury time in a match against Evian on April 28, 2013. Between 2000 and 2013, Beckham played 572 competitive games for England, Milan, LA Galaxy, Manchester United, Real Madrid and PSG, and he received 9 red cards, 1 every 63-64 matches, on average. Reception. Despite his success, popularity, and playing ability, critical reception of Beckham was often divided among sporting figures and fans throughout his career, in part as Subhonkermondel of Goal.com notes, due to his ventures off the pitch and the widespread coverage that his personal life received. His former Manchester United manager, Alex Ferguson, speculated in 2007 that Beckham's increasing celebrity status, in particular following his highly publicized relationship with his future wife Victoria, had actually had a negative impact on his playing career. In 2015, moreover, he claimed he had only coached 4 world-class players throughout his time at United, excluding Beckham from the list, commenting, "I don't mean to demean or criticize any of the great or very good footballers who played for me during my 26-year career at United, but there were only 4 who were world-class: Cantona, Giggs, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Scholes." Upon his departure to LA Galaxy, El País reflected on the dichotomy of Beckham's playing career and his status off the pitch, describing him as the great paradox of world football, also adding, "He is the greatest icon on the planet and the cause of such delirium in the media and on the streets, the greatest catwalk model there is. And yet he has been an anti-diva. He was the most galactic of the Galacticos off the pitch, but the greatest of earthlings when he walked onto the field." Regarding Beckham's crossing ability, Rob Smith of The Guardian said in 2014, "He was a great crosser and perhaps the greatest of all time," also noting that he was a dead ball specialist and also a dying ball specialist. His signature crosses in open play involved a ball that was barely moving, which allowed him to use the same technique as with corners and free kicks. Nigel Reid of CBC Sports commented on Beckham's career and celebrity status, stating, "His brand is global, his appeal universal. He sparked debate and polarized opinion. But underneath the gloss he was, first and foremost, a very good footballer." He also added that while he felt that Beckham was not the greatest player of his generation, he believed he had the ability to change games, describing him as master of his art and a deadly opponent, whose talent was only topped by his passion. Football-related business activities. David Beckham Academy. In 2005, Beckham founded the David Beckham Academy Football School, operating from 2 sites, in London and Los Angeles. It was announced in late 2009 that both would close. A mobile academy is being developed by Beckham, to travel around the UK and further afield. Inter Miami CF. On February 5, 2014, MLS announced that Beckham had exercised his option to buy a MLS expansion team for $25 million, which he had received as part of the contract he signed with the LA Galaxy in 2007. The ownership group, led by Beckham, originally hoped the Miami-based team would begin play in 2016 or 2017. After delays getting a stadium deal completed, MLS announced in January 2018 that the team had been approved and would likely begin play in 2020. The team name and crest were revealed on September 5. Club Internacional de Football Miami, more commonly known as Inter Miami, is represented by a black crest with neon pink trimmings and herons whose legs clasp to form an M for Miami. The club made its MLS debut on March 1, 2020 in a 0-1 away loss to Los Angeles FC. Salford City. In January 2019 it was announced that Beckham was set to join his class of 92 teammates as part owner of English non-league club Salford City, taking 10% of the club previously held by Peter Lim, with the deal being subject to Football Association approval. On January 31, the club announced that the FA had approved him to become a director of the club. Personal life. In 1997, Beckham started dating Victoria Adams, after she attended a Manchester United match. She was famously known as Posh Spice of the pop music group Spice Girls, one of the world's top pop groups at the time, and his team was also enjoying a great run of success. Therefore, their relationship instantly attracted a great deal of media attention. The couple were dubbed Posh and Becks by the media. He proposed to her on January 24, 1998 in a restaurant in Cheshunt, England. Their first child was born 14 months later. On July 4, 1999, they married at Luttrell's Town Castle in Ireland. Beckham's teammate Gary Neville was the best man, and the couple's 4-month-old son, Brooklyn, was the ring bearer. The media were kept away from the ceremony, as the Beckhams had an exclusive deal with OK! magazine, but newspapers were still able to obtain photographs showing them sitting on golden thrones. 437 staff were employed for the wedding reception, which was estimated to have cost £500,000. David and Victoria Beckham have 4 children, sons Brooklyn Joseph, Romeo James, Cruz David, and daughter Harper 7. Elton John is godfather to Brooklyn and Romeo Beckham. Their godmother is Elizabeth Hurley. Harper and Cruz were baptized Catholic at Holy Trinity, Chipping Norton. Among their godparents were Eva Longoria and Mark Anthony. Beckham's 3 sons have all played football in the Arsenal Academy. Like their father, Brooklyn and Romeo have both done modelling work and been named among GQ's best-dressed British men. Brooklyn previously played football for Arsenal U16. But was released at the end of the 2014-15 season. In his early Manchester United career, Beckham lived in a 4-bedroom house in Worsley that he bought directly from the property developer as a 20-year-old in 1995. In 1999, shortly after his wedding, he and Victoria bought a country house set in 24 acres in Sawbridgeworth, Hertfordshire, which the media nicknamed Beckingham Palace. Known by the nickname Golden Balls, Beckham acquired the name from Victoria, who revealed it on national TV in 2008 while praising him for rebuilding his reputation after the 1998 World Cup. Beckham suffers from obsessive-compulsive disorder, which he says makes him have everything in a straight line or everything has to be in pairs. Victoria Beckham claims, "If you open our fridge, it's all coordinated down either side. We've got 3 fridges, food in one, salad in another and drinks in the third. In the drinks one, everything is symmetrical. If there's 3 cans, he'll throw one away because it has to be an even number." A staunch monarchist, Beckham queued for 13 hours in September 2022 to see Queen Elizabeth lying in state at Westminster Hall following her death, after refusing opportunities to skip ahead. In April 2004, the British tabloid News of the World carried claims by Beckham's former personal assistant Rebecca Luce that he and Luce had an extramarital affair. A week later, the Malaysian-born Australian model Sarah Marbeck claimed that she had slept with Beckham on 2 occasions. Beckham dismissed both claims as ludicrous. Legal issues. In September 2010, Beckham announced that he was making a court application against prostitute Irma Nissi and several others over claims in the magazine In Touch that he had sex with her. His court application was dismissed under U.S. freedom of speech laws, and the magazine later accepted that the allegations against Beckham were untrue. On May 9, 2019, at Bromley Magistrates Court, Beckham was banned from driving for 6 months. He previously pleaded guilty to using a mobile phone while driving his Bentley in central London on November 21, 2018. The court heard he was photographed by a member of the public holding a phone as he drove in slowly moving traffic. Beckham received 6 points on his license to add to the 6 he already had for previous speeding matters. He was also fined £750, and ordered to pay £100 in prosecution costs and a £75 surcharge fee within 7 days. Tattoos. As of 2021, Beckham has more than 65 tattoos covering a large part of his body, including tattoos on his hands, neck, and head. There are names of his sons Romeo, Cruz, and Brooklyn, and of his wife Victoria. His wife's name, tattooed on his left forearm, is in the Devanagari script because Beckham thought it would be tacky to have it in English. However, this was misspelt as the equivalent of Victoria. In his autobiography David Beckham, My Side, he said that the idea of having tattoos came to him in 1999 after his son Brooklyn was born, following a conversation on the subject of tattoos with Mel B and her then-husband, Jimmy Gulzer. Beckham said, "When you see me, you see the tattoos. You see an expression of how I feel about Victoria and the boys. They're part of me." He has also added several tattoos that pay tribute to his daughter, Harper, as well as several tattoos with religious significance. In 2018, Beckham added to his collection with a tattoo of a solar system covering the left side of his scalp. Many of Beckham's tattoos were completed by the Manchester-based tattoo artist Lewis Malloy. Outside football. Beckham's relationship and marriage to Victoria, who has been famous in her own right as part of the Spice Girls, contributed to his celebrity beyond football. Beckham became known as a fashion icon, and together with Victoria, the couple became lucrative spokespeople sought after by clothing designers, health and fitness specialists, fashion magazines, and perfume and cosmetics manufacturers. Early endorsements included the British hair-styling brand Brylcreem for £4 million in 1997, which saw him appear in UK commercials. In 2002 he was hailed as the ultimate metrosexual by the man who invented the term and has been described as such by numerous other articles since. While heterosexual, Beckham actively courted a gay fanbase and openly supported gay media, preferring to give interviews to publications that supported the LGBTQ community. He came to be called a gay icon, a term he embraces for his popularity and support among the gay community. The various iconic hairstyles he sported throughout his career, including a buzz cut, a mohawk, and a ponytail, were widely covered in the media. The Beckhams were paid $13.7 million in 2007 to launch his fragrance line in the United States. In the world of fashion, David has already appeared on the covers of many magazines. U.S. covers have included the men's magazine Details, and with his wife for the August 2007 issue of W. According to Google, David Beckham was searched for more than any other sports topic on their site in 2003 and 2004. According to Ask Jeeves, Beckham ranked third, after Britney Spears and Osama bin Laden, among subjects most searched for by British users of that site in the first decade of the 2000s. Upon their arrival in Los Angeles on July 12, 2007, the night before Beckham's formal introduction, Los Angeles International Airport was filled with paparazzi and news reporters. On the next night, Victoria appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno to talk about their move to LA, and presented Leno with a number 23 Galaxy jersey with his own name on the back. Victoria also talked about her NBC TV show Victoria Beckham, coming to America. On July 22, a private welcoming party was held for the couple at the Museum of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles. A-list celebrities attending included Steven Spielberg, Jim Carrey, George Clooney, Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Oprah Winfrey. Beckham's many endorsement deals make him one of the most recognizable athletes throughout the world. Having worn Adidas football boots from the start of his career, in 2003 he signed a $160 million lifetime contract with Adidas, earning nearly half the money up front, and will continue to earn percentages of profits on all of his branded Adidas products. His 2004 Adidas television commercial Kicking It, in which he appears with England Rugby World Cup winner Jonny Wilkinson, was voted among the best British commercials of the year, and also featured as one of the great ads of the 21st century in Channel 4's 2004 update of the 100 Greatest TV Ads. He had a 10-year collaboration with PepsiCo that expired in 2009. He has also promoted the Walt Disney Company theme parks. In 2021, he became a global ambassador for Maserati. Beckham has several eponymous video games, including Go! Beckham, Adventure on Soccer Island, a platform game for the Game Boy Advance, and David Beckham Soccer, a football game for a number of platforms, and he was brand ambassador for exercise video game EA Sports Active 2. Beckham featured in EA Sports FIFA video game series. He was on the cover for the UK edition of FIFA 98. During his playing career, Beckham generated an estimated £1 billion in shirt and boot sales. In 2006, Lloyd's of London insured his legs for £100 million. At the time he was playing for Real Madrid. Beckham played a critical part in bringing the Olympics to London in 2012, travelling with the British delegation to Singapore in 2005 for the host city selection. At the 2008 Beijing Olympics closing ceremony, Beckham, Jimmy Page, and Leona Lewis represented Britain during the handover segment for the 2012 Olympics. Beckham rode a London double-decker bus into the stadium and Page and Lewis performed Whole Lotta Love. He also featured at the opening ceremony of the 2012 London Olympics, carrying the Olympic flame to the stadium by speedboat. Beckham visited Afghanistan in May 2010 for a morale-boosting visit to British troops fighting the Taliban insurgency. The appearance of Beckham as well as British Foreign Secretary William Hague and Defence Secretary Liam Fox was believed to have prompted a Taliban attack on Kandahar airfield. Chinese authorities appointed Beckham as global ambassador for Chinese football in March 2013. After numerous officials had been banned for match fixing, and the Chinese Super League had failed to retain the services of well-known international names, Beckham's role was to help improve the image of the game and raise its profile both in China and abroad. From July 14, 2013, Beckham started appearing in adverts for BSKYB advertising their Sky Sports coverage via the Sky Go app. In January 2014, Beckham appeared on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon on NBC in the US, and in March he made a guest appearance in the BBC's Sport Relief special of Only Fools and Horses. He was named one of GQ's 50 best-dressed British men in 2015. In March 2015 Beckham had the third highest social media rank in the world among sports people, behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, with over 52 million Facebook fans. He also has over 57 million Instagram followers, the fourth highest for a sports person, behind Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar, and the most for a person from the UK. During the 2016 EU referendum, Beckham voiced his opposition to Brexit stating, "For our children and their children we should be facing the problems of the world together and not alone." For these reasons, I am voting to remain." Beckham was announced as the new ambassadorial president of the British Fashion Council on May 11, 2018. Prior to the June 2018 vote by FIFA member nations for selecting the hosts of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Beckham endorsed the North American bid. Beckham's former club LA Galaxy unveiled a statue of him outside of their stadium in March 2019, the first of its kind in the MLS. He was subject of prank by his friend James Corden, who presented a hideous fake statue before the real one was unveiled. In February 2020, Beckham mentioned that he enjoys spending hours assembling Lego pieces. In June 2020, Beckham became a minority owner of the London-based esports organisation Guild Esports. In November 2020, EA Sports had an agreement with Beckham to feature him in FIFA 21, in which he would earn £40 million from a 3-year deal. In June 2021, Beckham bought 10% stake of vehicle electrification firm, Lunaz Philanthropy. Beckham has supported UNICEF since his days at Manchester United, and in January 2005, the English national team captain became a Goodwill ambassador with a special focus on UNICEF's Sports for Development programme. In 2012, he met with UK Prime Minister David Cameron at 10 Downing Street to call for more action to help children affected by malnutrition around the world. In 2015, his 10th year as a UNICEF ambassador, Beckham launched 7, the David Beckham UNICEF Fund, to help protect children in danger. In June 2015 he visited Siem Reap in Cambodia, where he met with child victims of violence. Beckham has pledged his support for the Unite for Children, Unite Against AIDS campaign. He is a former patron of the Elton John AIDS Foundation. In 2013, he also donated all his £3.4 million salary taken from Paris Saint-Germain to 2 children's charities in France. Beckham has been supporting the charity named Help for Heroes for many years, whose aim is to help soldiers injured in Iraq and Afghan wars. On January 17, 2007, Rebecca Johnstone, a 19-year-old cancer patient from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, received a surprise phone call from Beckham. After the conversation, he sent her a Real Madrid jersey with his signature on it. Rebecca died on January 29, 2007. On July 1, 2007, Beckham appeared as a speaker at the concert for Diana held at Wembley Stadium, London, to celebrate the life of Princess Diana almost 10 years after her death. Proceeds from the concert went to Diana's charities as well as to charities of which her sons Princes William and Harry are patrons. Beckham is a founding member of the Malaria No More UK Leadership Council and helped launch the charity in 2009 with Andy Murray at Wembley Stadium. Beckham also appeared in a 2007 public service announcement for Malaria No More US, advertising the need for inexpensive bed nets. The TV spot aired in the United States on Fox networks, including Fox Soccer Channel. In November 2014, Beckham designed a Paddington Bear statue, one of 50 created by various celebrities which were located around London prior to the release of the film Paddington. The statues were auctioned to raise funds for the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. Since joining Major League Soccer, Beckham has been a very public advocate in the United States for related charities such as MLSWORKS. On August 17, 2007, he conducted a youth clinic in Harlem, along with other current and former MLS players. This was in advance of his first New York City area match the following day against the New York Red Bulls. That team's Josie Altidore and Juan Pablo Angel were also with Beckham, teaching skills to disadvantaged youth to benefit FC Harlem Lions. Appearances in films. Beckham never personally appeared in the 2002 film Bend It Like Beckham, except in archive footage. He and his wife wanted to make cameo appearances, but scheduling proved difficult, so the director used look-alike Andy Harmer instead. Beckham makes a cameo appearance with Zinedine Zidane and Raul in the 2005 film Goal. Harmer also doubled for him in the party scene. Beckham himself appears in the sequel Goal 2, living the dream in a larger role, when the film's lead character gets transferred to Real Madrid. This time, the story centers on the Real Madrid team, with other Madrid players also appearing on and off the pitch, alongside the fictional characters. Though the use of stock footage from the 2006 FIFA World Cup, Beckham appeared in Goal 3, Taking on the World, which was released straight to DVD on June 15, 2009. In 2013, British business magazine Marketing Week wrote of his somewhat limited acting skills. Through his friendship with Guy Ritchie, he has made 2 cameo appearances in Ritchie's films, as a projectionist in The Man from UNCLE, and as Trigger in King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Beckham has played along to jokes about his voice. In a 2018 promo for Deadpool 2, Beckham is seen watching the first installment of the film franchise, in which Ryan Reynolds' character compares Beckham's voice to inhaling helium. Beckham is seen rolling his eyes at the voice jibe before receiving an apology text from Deadpool. Beckham answers his door to the anti-hero, who presents him with milk and cookies, before Deadpool knocks again and has a bunch of helium-filled red balloons. Career statistics. Club. International. Scores and results list England's goal tally first. Score column indicates score after each Beckham goal. Honours. Manchester United. Premier League, 1995-96, 1996-97, 1998-99, 1999-2000, 2001, 2000 and 2003. FA Cup, 1995-96, 1998-99. FA Charity Shield, 1996, 1997. UEFA Champions League, 1998-99. Intercontinental Cup, 1999 Real Madrid. La Liga, 2006-07. Supercopa de España, 2003 LA Galaxy. MLS Cup, 2011, 2012. Western Conference, 2009, 2010, 2011. Western Conference, 2009, 2011, 2012. Supporters Shield, 2010, 2011 Paris Saint-Germain. Ligue 1, 2012-13 Individual. FIFA World Player of the Year Silver Award, 1999, 2001. Most assists in the Premier League, 1997-98, 1999-2000, 2001. Premier League Player of the Month, August 1996. PFA Young Player of the Year, 1996-97. FWA Tribute Award, 2008. Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year, 1996-97. England Player of the Year, 2003. ESM Team of the Year, 1998-99. UEFA Club Footballer of the Year, 1998-99. UEFA Club Midfielder of the Year, 1998-99. UEFA Team of the Year, 2001, 2003. Premier League 10 Seasons Awards. Domestic and Overall Team of the Decade. Goal of the Decade. BBC Sports Personality of the Year, 2001. BBC Sports Personality of the Year Lifetime Achievement Award, 2010. Real Madrid Player of the Year, 2005-06. PFA Team of the Year, 1996-97 Premier League, 1997-98 Premier League, 1998-99 Premier League, 1999-2000 Premier League. FIFA 100. ASPI Awards. Best Male Soccer Player, 2004. Best MLS Player, 2008, 2012. English Football Hall of Fame, 2008. Premier League Hall of Fame, 2021. MLS Comeback Player of the Year Award, 2011. PFA Team of the Century, 2007. International Federation of Football History and Statistics Legends. UEFA President's Award, 2018 Orders and Special Awards. Officer of the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth II, 2003. United Nations Children's Fund Goodwill Ambassador. Britain's Greatest Ambassador 100 Greatest Britain's Awards. The Celebrity 100, number 15 Forbes, 2007. Number 1 on the list of the 40 most influential men under the age of 40 in the UK arena, 2007. Time 100, 2008. Gold Blue Peter Badge winner, 2001. Do Something Athlete Award, 2011. AC Milan Hall of Fame Records. First Englishman to win league titles in 4 countries. First England player to score at 3 FIFA World Cups. First British footballer to play 100 UEFA Champions League games. Most free kicks scored in the Premier League, 18. Most free kicks scored in a Premier League season, 5 in 2000-01. See also: List of footballers with 100 or more UEFA Champions League appearances. List of men's footballers with 100 or more international caps. Designated player rule. List of professional sports team owners. List of select Jewish footballers. References.